Hey guys, welcome on. This is Merlantean. I want to showcase off this deck. This is a top deck. It was a top deck in the TCG. It wasn't built like this, but it was a top deck in the TCG for quite a long time because a lot of people used this when it came out. I forget the set. It was Abyss Rising. That's it. They started coming out in the TCG, and they really started to dominate the TCG right when they came out. We got cards like Megalo. We have cards like Abyss Sphere, which I'm going to talk about every card in this deck and explain how it works. Psychic Wielder wasn't out then. That just came out in the TCG, but we'll explain about how this deck, specifically this deck, is going to work, because I know a lot of people were requesting it on Discord. But yeah, Mermail were a top deck in the TCG right when they came out. So without further ado, we're going to explain every card that's in this deck, and I'll show you guys some replays, and we'll explain how you can build this deck even further. First, we're going to start off with 2 Abyss Megalo. Megalo is the key card in this deck. You need Megalo. Megalo helps you go for OTK, but more importantly, it also triggers your Water Monster effects. Ideally, I'd like to get a second Marksman. Marksman would be ideal for me. So that way you can pop your opponent's face down monsters, particularly Subterras. This can pop any set card. It does not need to be back row. You can pop monsters too. So if they have a set restriction, you can go ahead and pop that. It's also good for popping off your opponent's back row. Megalo is not the only way you can trigger this. You can trigger it with Abyss Pike. So basically, almost a lot of the Mermails on Summon, particularly Pike and Megalo, have the effect that once you activate its effect and pitch a Water Monster, you get the Water Monster's effect. So Marksman would pop back row. You pitch Infantry to pop a face-up card. This is a face-up card, not monster, so you can pop up face-up things. So if they leave a Dojo out or a United out in the field, or maybe that they have a field spell that you want to pop off, or any just face-up card in general. Even opponent's monster, it's really good for that. Then we're running 2 copies of Mermail Abyss Gund. A Gund is very good because it's a combo extender and helps get your boss monster back on and off the field. So that's very good. 3 Sea Stealth Attack. Sea Stealth Attack is really, really powerful in this game because you can just ram into your opponent's monsters. Now, the one thing I will say is I haven't faced Red Eye / Dragon yet, but in the TCG, it was a lot simpler because you could choose chain order. And what I mean by that is you could chain the order of how you would want your effects to resolve. So, example, let's say you pitch Gun in Infantry. You can make Gun resolve as Chainlink 2 and Infantry as Chainlink 1. So that way, much like the way Nemesis Warrior works, you can make Red Eye / Dragon unable to activate its effect. So that is very, very powerful. I believe it works that way. They make it beneficial to that way in Duel Links, that you could play around Red Eye / Dragon, but we'll have to see. I haven't gone up and against any Red Eyes yet to test that. I did face 3/6 Samurai decks. I won against 2 of them. I do have a few replays we're about to get into in a second. Just a few other notes. Psychic Wielder, really good. Again, I'm going to talk about this card till I'm blue in the face. I'm running an extra Sanguine because I don't have my 3rd Lind yet. Psychic Wielder allows you to go into this. White Aura Dolphin is incredibly powerful. I was raving about this the minute I saw this in the leaks. White Aura Dolphin, when it's destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you get to revive it right back on the field. It also works with your Sea Stealth Attack. So if they destroy it with a Treacherous, it just comes right back out. Treacherous, it doesn't care about Treacherous as long as you synchro with a Water Monster. So Treacherous does not matter as long as you have water in your grave, or any destroying by battle by any effect. So that's really good, or being destroyed by battle in general. Really good. Also, you have the effect that you can target one of your opponent's monsters and then half its attack, original attack, into the end phase, which is really good. It can help you get over boss monsters that don't have their protection, but overall it's just a really good card in general. And the protection, if it keeps coming back and forth, is really good. You also have Wielder that can pop cards on the field as well. so being able to get rid of an extra monster on the field could be also beneficial in some cases. We also are running Celestial Blue Wolf Blue Cirrus. I want my second Dolphin. Till then, we are playing that. Gungear is really good. This was used in Mermail a lot in the TCG because it triggers almost every effect in your deck. So that way you can pitch your Gund, your infantries, and your marksmans and pop cards on the field for free. Really good. Also works with Sea Stealth attacks. So it's kind of like your dual wielding deck. Mistworm, because this deck can go into 9s, and it's really effective card. Kind of starting to see play. You could just return up to 3 cards on your opponent's field to their hand. That can help you set up for OTK plays. Black Rose Dragon, just self-explanatory, nuke the field. And Vermilion Dragon Mech. Vermilion Dragon Mech is a really good level 9 synchro, and it's so easy to make in this deck. One, because if White Aura Dolphin gets revived, it's now a tuner. So if it comes back as a tuner, any of your level 3s can go into Vermilion Dragon Mech. Really, really easy. And plus you can make 9 wielder super duper easy. Okay, but let's get into some of the replays, and then we can talk about other ways you can build a deck. Guys, I'll show you my 6 wins straight. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Why do I keep clicking the wrong button? Okay, you guys can see. There's the win streak right there, 6 wins in a row. Alright, we're going to get into some replays right now. Alright, so this is just to show the pure power of the deck. This wasn't Samurai, this is with some clown control deck. But this replay is going to show the pure potential of this deck. I just want to show you guys the firepower that this deck can pull out. I even misplayed in this duel, at least in my opinion. So turn 1, we're going to set Lind, and then we're going to just pass. When Lind's destroyed by battle or by card effect, we can just destroy, we can special summon any Mermail from our deck, and that's going to come really in handy here. Real in handy. Here. Okay, so he's going to destroy it with Drillroid. Does not matter. I go right into Megalo. Megalo comes right out in the field. So we're going to summon, we're going to normal summon Mermail Abyss Pike. Abyss Pike's effect pitches Gun to the grave. So he misuses Canadia. I have no idea why he Canadia'd Megalo there. Especially since I did not pop off Marksman. And Marksman targets, so even still, that's a complete misplay on his end. We special summon back Lynn from the graveyard with Gun's effect, and we summon Megalo. Now, I could have gone for lethal, but I chose not because I thought he might have another Canadia down there, so that was a misplay on my end. Not really a misplay, but it was more of a read. The read wasn't correct. He had Labyrinth and Nightmare. Now, guys, who is honestly reading that in today's TCG? Nobody. Okay, I thought that was a Canadia. So anyway, Labyrinth and Nightmare. Switching all my monsters to defense, that's completely fine. So he goes and normal summons another Drillroid, ties the bind. He's going to go and get rid of my Megalo and get rid of my Abyss Spike. Now the reason why we could not search our Abyss Sphere is because Megalo wasn't summoned from the hand by its own effect. You only get that search when it's summoned by its own effect. Keep that in mind. So we're going to special summon Psychic Wielder. Very good top deck here. Summon Sangan, that's going to give us the recursion. I could have gone for a 6 here. I didn't calculate my damage right. This was the main misplay I was talking about here. Alright, so again, we still dominate with this. We pop off his Labyrinth and Nightmare. I thought I didn't normal summon yet, but I did. I forgot I summoned Sangan. Anyway, we still continue on. We summon our Abyss Pike again. We pitch Gund. Not worried about the back row. It was completely chainable. So we let that go. We search out our second Lind. And then we use Gun to bring back our Megalo. Activate Megalo's effect to tribute our Spike. And then we can attack, double attack, and we have lethal. You can see how many beaters this thing brings out on the board. Even with the misplays, this deck is just so powerful that you can just bring out so many monsters on the field. And it's not the type of deck just out of Gaia Genesis that is going straight for OTK. Also works really well with Sea Stealth Attack. And now we actually have an Abyss card that we want to search. Alright, so here's another replay. This one I believe is against 6 Samurai. And again, I want to bring this up as a note. Watch this against 6 Samurai. So everyone who's thinking Six Samurai, best deck ever, yes, it can be beaten. Alright, you just have to play right. Alright, oh, this isn't the Six Samurai deck, I'm sorry. This isn't the right Six Samurai. This isn't Six Samurai. I do have replays against Six Samurai, but that wasn't the Six Samurai one. Okay, so first turn, White Aura Dolphin. Again, we have that protection, and we have Sea Stealth Attack. Now, if he does have Neos, because he runs Neos, it is really, really good that we had, that's why I went into White Aura and had Sea Stealth, so that's why I was comfortable. Because even if he had the protection, we'd still be able to summon Aura back. So he doesn't do that. He goes Berserkion. He pops our Aura Dolphin. We bring that back and he scoops. Yeah, he had no idea how the Dolphin worked. So Reading Rainbow right there, right, Steve? Reading Rainbow. Okay, so I'm thinking this one's the Six Samurai replay. I don't know if I say both, but anyway, we'll go right into it. This one should be our Six Samurai replay. This one might be the Six Samurai replay. We'll have to see. Let me see. Because I definitely don't want to lead you guys wrong. I saved replays so many times. Nope, this is the Crystron deck. Okay, that's why I thought it may not be the Six Samurai replay. Alright, so normal summon Gund. Alright, we're going to set 2 Sea Stealth attacks here against the Ancient Gear player. And the reason why is because I can flip them in the draw phase and protect and hope we don't get OTK'd. So he's playing Crystrons here. This guy was a really smart player. This guy was a really fun player to duel. So he summons Rosenex. Rosenex's effect can activate, pop off his Gear Town, and then he special summons Crystron Ryan. So Ryan's a tuner that allows you to summon one from the Banish Zone. So basically, if you don't know what Crystrons do, they basically mainly work on your opponent's turn to get many different effects, and also allow you to synchro summon your opponent's turn, which are really good. I'm definitely going to make them once I get the whole deck build going, and I get the rest of the Crystron cards that I need. Alright, so he attacks Reactor Dragon. Now, guys, I'm going to save you a lot of headache. Alright? This guy misplayed. Sea Stealth Attack. When you attack into a monster, alright, it does not activate its effect. Its effect is already activated on the field. It's a continuous effect. So if you swing in with Reactor Dragon, they will not negate, it will not stop Sea Stealth Attack. You will not stop Sea Stealth Attack with Reactor Dragon. I am saving you a lot of headaches so you don't misplay. Alright? And he learns that the hard way. Now, the bad thing about having double Sea Stealth Attack and having me to do that early on, so I could protect the back row so he couldn't Galaxy, so he couldn't get the setup. I did that intentionally early on, so that way, the bad thing is both Sea Stealth Attacks will attempt to activate at the same time, so that's really bad in that end. So, you know, potentially I could have saved White Aura Whale that duel. I just didn't get the chance to, but it didn't matter because I had the protection. I could bring it back from the grave. So you're seeing, guys, how good White Aura Whale is. It's just so, Dolphin, not Whale. Whale's a different card in the TCG. Dolphin is just so good. It's recursion. It's probably the best 6 we have. It's generic. It's not as great in other decks, but it's still good in just the 6 in general. You can still half the attack of an opponent's monster, which is pretty good. It does target, which is a bit annoying, but, you know. Okay, so here's the Samurai deck. This I wanted to get right into. Okay, so first turn, Synchro Summon Shien. This guy doesn't play very well. He ends on a Shien, which is really bad. We might have been able to play around Dual Wield anyway. We should have been able to play around Dual Wield regardless. We definitely could have. So, I don't want you guys thinking, oh my gosh, the only reason why is because he played bad. No. Alright, we had plays anyway. Alright, so he goes, protects with Fuma, which is 100% A-OK. Protects against the Abyss, the Atlantean monster, so can't bring it. So, couldn't blow it up, but doesn't matter. We double attack with Megalo. He's down to 13. Normal summons Inishi, sets Dual Wield. That's very obvious. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to special summon Lind. Even if he dual wielded us in the draw phase, we'd still be able to keep Lind or get Lind back to our hand. And the reason why Lind is not destroyed is I purposely played this in the end phase. Why did I place Abyss in the end phase? Because I did not want my monster to get destroyed. I did not want to summon Megalo, because if I summon Megalo, he will bounce that back and then we can run into problems. However, if I go for Lind in the end phase, it will not die. if you want your monster to come out in the field at the end phase, make sure you trigger it at the end of the battle phase. Toggle must be on. If you do not have toggle on, you will not get the opportunity to use your effect. So keep that in mind, and he just scoops. Easy win against 6 Samurai. Alright, so what's the point I want you to bring up about this? This is a very strong deck. I don't know if it's top tier yet, because, you know, there's more testing that needs to be made. I don't want to, thank you, Konami. I don't want to say it's top tier yet because there hasn't been enough testing and there hasn't been enough example of it being played at a high level yet, but it's definitely much improved. Is it COG worthy? Yes, I would definitely say they're definitely COG worthy. They're a really good deck right now. They're a really fun deck to play. I'm not sure if this is top tier, and I'm not even sure if this is the build I'm going to stick with in the end, but it has played really well. I definitely want to get my 3rd Lin and my 2nd Sphere to make the deck a little bit more on the consistent side. But overall, it's still an incredibly fun deck to play. It can OTK. I had a lot of fun in TCG. It was top tier there, but that doesn't mean it's going to be top tier in Duel Links. I did post this build, I believe, on Choppa's and Steven's Discord. I will double check on that. I will post this to other Discords so you can check it out. I'll post this on Buck's Discord so that way you can all check out this deck. And I know a few people were asking me about this deck, so I wanted to present it here on YouTube. Another thing with Merlantean, there are many different ways you can build this. It is a pay-to-win deck, alright guys, so if you don't have the money, please wait, alright? You don't want to invest everything into it yet because this comes out of 3 different boxes. You need Ultra Rares from 3 different boxes. Sanguine you don't need, alright, but you do need at least from 2 different boxes, Ultra Rares. You need Megalo, and you're probably going to need TS, which you don't need TS, but you need Ultra Rares and at least Ultras and Supers from multiple boxes. I didn't make myself clear. So you need Megalo, that's from Gaia Genesis. You need Spike. You need Lind. Okay, these are all from two different boxes. Marksman is from Gaia Genesis, and so is Infantry. Alright, and Gund is in the new box. So Spear you also need, and that is from the new set, Cybernetic. So it's in the Cybernetic set. Sea Stealth Attack is an optional tech that comes from Abyss Encounters. So again, and the Synchros, again, if you do not have them, you are going to need some Synchros to go along with it. So, is this deck expensive? Yes. Are there optional techs you can tech in and out? Yeah, probably. Again, I was thinking about, because I didn't have the 3rd Lind, just playing Mother Grizzly instead, so I could just summon Lind out. But again, at the same time, I really don't feel like I need that card because I could just use Sanguine with Wielder, which is more consistent, I feel. Maybe I'll play Mother Grizzly over Sanguine. We'll see. It depends how this does in testing. But right now, I am really comfortable with the build as for right now. I may change it in the future. We'll see. But right now, we're going to leave it as is. Yeah, so this is Sean Matrai signing out.